Hey everyone, so today I will make a comparison between OpenClaw and Claude Code. So basically, if I talk about OpenClaw here, so OpenClaw is basically an autonomous agent that actually helps act for your autonomous task, making autonomous operations easy in the real world. But if I talk about Claude, Claude is basically a conversation AI and specialist helpers. So basically, it is only limited to text-centered task and not any kind of an autonomic agentic AI system. So I will show you how this is possible. So see here, this is a messaging portal which I have used it for Claude. Okay, this is I'm using Claude Sonnet 4.6. This is very strong model now, and I am using OpenClaw TUI. So OpenClaw gateway server is running, but now I'm using OpenClaw TUI. So what is OpenClaw TUI? OpenClaw TUI is basically an OpenClaw terminal user interface. So that actually helps us to get all our history of our chats through which we can interact with the OpenClaw here. So it's basically a chat plus agent control UI inside a terminal. Okay. Now see here. Actually, I have given these commands. So now this is the command to open this. Okay. So all these commands are already being asked here. Okay. Now I have asked a new command. Okay. What is that new command here? I will show you. These are the new commands. Okay, this is one of the new command I have given. So we can ask it here as well. Okay, currently since the AI service is overloaded, that is the issue here because these are actually using the models from outside the OpenClaw. Okay, they are not using the API keys which are actually relevant to OpenClaw. They are using all the models which are not related to OpenClaw. So that's why this is basically only generating the response relevant to the model which we are using outside, which is Google Gemini Pro. But see, this has only created a response and it has only given an answer. But now you see the same thing. What has Claude done? See, I we can also see the file contents of whatever the Claude has been made, right? And also, if I ask about what is the most favorite place to visit in India, this is showing even the images of that. Fine. But the same thing which I have asked in OpenClaw, which is using the messaging UI. So see, this has only given me a text response. It's not something which is giving me any kind of image generation model or like that. So overall, we can understand that OpenClaw is basically used for automating your persistent running task in your system. But Claude is basically like a cloud, like it's a web UI which is typically based on broad safety infrastructure for all the chat responses, right? It's a built-in coding assistant, Claude, right? But OpenClaw is basically a kind of 24/7 automation. Now, the question might arise: what if we use Claude inside the OpenClaw? Even that's also possible, right? So, if we use Claude inside OpenClaw, so what can happen here is that Claude is basically a model which is a very powerful coding AI assistant, right? So if we are trying to use Claude inside the OpenClaw, so what will typically happen is that Claude uses its own reasoning here, right? So if I see that Claude uses its own reasoning, so basically Claude will support as an external LLM provider. Okay, sorry, OpenClaw supports external LLM provider, but Claude is basically only used for coding assistant here. Fine. So if we are using Claude, so we have to just ensure that API keys must be stored properly. We should not expose a control UI. We should use reverse proxy also if it is needed here. And we should keep the gateway bound to loopback if it is local. For this is the main difference between Claude and the OpenClaw. So that's all. Thank you.